Question 1. Beware of the hidden trick in this next question. What dangerous situation could occur if the low pressure warning signal is broken? Option A. You could lose air pressure without knowing it, causing sudden emergency braking. Option B. The compressor will pump indefinitely. Option C. The trailer brakes will lock immediately. The correct answer is A. You could lose air pressure without knowing it, causing sudden emergency braking. Driving with a faulty alarm risks an unexpected and violent engagement of the spring brakes at highway speeds. Question 2. What factor is added to total stopping distance specifically for vehicles with air brakes? Option A. Perception distance. Option B. Reaction distance. Option C. Brake lag distance. The correct answer is C. Brake lag distance. Unlike instantaneous hydraulic car brakes, air needs time to travel through the hoses, adding a unique delay factor. Question 3. What is a wig-wag in an air brake system? Option A. A mechanical arm that drops into view when pressure drops below 60 psi. Option B. A valve that limits front brake pressure. Option C. A dual parking control valve. The correct answer is A. A mechanical arm that drops into view when pressure drops below 60 psi. As pressure drops critically low, this mechanical warning device falls directly into the driver's line of sight. Question 4. This question has a catch. Think twice. What is the typical timing delay associated with the stab braking method after you release the locked brakes? Option A. The wheels instantly regain traction. Option B. The brake lag lasts exactly 3 seconds. Option C. It can take up to 1 second for the wheels to start rolling again. The correct answer is C. It can take up to 1 second for the wheels to start rolling again. After letting off the brake pedal during a skid, a driver must patiently wait up to a full second for the tires to regain traction. Question 5. What is the typical system pressure required before starting an air leakage rate test? Option A. 150 psi. Option B. 125 psi, fully charged. Option C. 60 psi. The correct answer is B. 125 psi, fully charged. To accurately measure system tightness, you must build pressure until the governor cuts out, typically around 125 psi. Question 6. Listen carefully. The wrong answer looks very right. Why is front wheel braking considered good under all driving conditions? Option A. It prevents the compressor from overworking. Option B. Tests have shown front wheel skids from braking are not likely even on ice. Option C. It shifts the vehicle's weight to the rear. The correct answer is B. Tests have shown front-wheel skids from braking are not likely even on ice. Modern safety tests prove that applying full braking force to the steer axle rarely causes skidding, even on slick surfaces. Question 7. Watch out! This is a known trap question. Why is it dangerous if spring brakes activate automatically on lightly loaded vehicles on slippery roads? Option A. The vehicle may skid out of control. Option B. The air tanks will explode. Option C. The steering column will lock. The correct answer is A. The vehicle may skid out of control. Sudden, forceful braking on the drive axles without heavy cargo weight easily breaks traction on wet pavement. Question 8. Don't fall for the obvious answer here. Pressing and releasing the brake pedal unnecessarily can result in what dangerous situation? Option A. Letting air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Option B. Overheating the slack adjusters. Option C. Forcing the governor to cut out early. The correct answer is A. Letting air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Fanning the brakes out of habit rapidly depletes your air reserves, potentially leaving you without stopping power. Question 9. This next question is tough. Stay focused. Why should you never push the brake pedal down when the spring brakes are on? Option A. It will immediately drain all air tanks. Option B. It forces the governor to cut out. Option C. The brakes could be damaged by the combined forces of springs and air pressure. The correct answer is C. The brakes could be damaged by the combined forces of springs and air pressure. Applying the foot valve while parked can crush brake components under the immense dual pressure of springs and compressed air. Question 10. This is a tricky one. Listen to all choices carefully. What mechanical component is forced outward by air pressure to move the slack adjuster in an S-cam brake? Option A. The return spring. Option B. The brake chamber push rod. Option C. The wedge. The correct answer is B. The brake chamber push rod. Pressing the foot valve sends air into the chamber, which shoves this rod outward to begin the mechanical braking process. Question 11. Pay close attention to the details on this next one. What happens to the brake shoes and linings as an overheated brake drum expands? Option A. They shrink and become completely ineffective. Option B. They fuse directly to the S-cam. Option C. They have to move farther to contact the drums, reducing the force of contact. The correct answer is C. They have to move farther to contact the drums, reducing the force of contact. Riding the brakes down a mountain swells the metal drums outward, causing the pushrods to travel further and weakening stopping power. Question 12. What should you do if the low air pressure warning comes on while driving? Option A. Downshift and continue driving. Option B. Stop and safely park your vehicle as soon as possible. Option C. Turn on your hazard lights and drive to the nearest shop. The correct answer is B. Stop and safely park your vehicle as soon as possible. An illuminated low-air light means a catastrophic loss of braking power is imminent, requiring an immediate and safe stop. Question 13. How do you practically test the air compressor governor cut-in pressure? Option A. Turn off the engine and time the leak rate. Option B. Step on and off the brake with engine idling until pressure begins to rise. Option C. Pull the emergency brake cord. The correct answer is B. Step on and off the brake with engine idling until pressure begins to rise. Fanning the brakes bleeds off tank pressure until you observe the needle climb again, verifying the governor activated the compressor. Question 14. This one tries to trick you. Listen closely. When should you not use the parking brakes? Option A. When parked on a steep incline. Option B. When parking overnight. Option C. When the brakes are very hot or very wet in freezing temperatures. The correct answer is C. When the brakes are very hot or very wet in freezing temperatures. Applying parking brakes after a mountain descent can warp hot drums, or wet brakes can freeze solid in cold weather. Question 15. Why are electric heating devices sometimes installed on automatic air tanks? Option A. To help prevent freezing of the automatic drain in cold weather. Option B. To warm up the brake linings. Option C. To keep the air compressor oil thin. The correct answer is A. To help prevent freezing of the automatic drain in cold weather. Winter driving conditions require these heaters to prevent ice blocks from disabling the tank's automatic expelling feature. Question 16. Listen carefully. This is an advanced level question. What should you do if your safe speed on a downgrade is 40 miles per hour and your current speed is only 35 miles per hour? Option A. Ride the brakes lightly to maintain 35 miles per hour. Option B. Do not apply the brakes until your speed reaches 40 miles per hour. Option C. Downshift 2 gears. The correct answer is C. Downshift 2 gears. Proper mountain braking dictates letting gravity carry the truck up to the safe threshold before applying the brakes to shed 5 miles per hour. Question 17. Pay attention. Many drivers miss this question. Where must the yellow ABS malfunction lamp be located on dollies manufactured on or after March 1, 1998? Option A. On the left side. Option B. On the rear bumper. Option C. Next to the fifth wheel connection. The correct answer is A. On the left side. When hooking up a set of double trailers, the driver must walk to the left side of the converter dolly to check the ABS lamp. Question 18. What defines the controlled braking method? Option A. Applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Option B. Fanning the brakes rhythmically to build heat. Option C. Applying the emergency parking brake. The correct answer is A. Applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Squeezing the pedal firmly just to the threshold of a skid ensures maximum stopping power while retaining steering control. Question 19. When making a normal stop with a manual transmission, when should you finally push the clutch in? Option A. Immediately as you touch the brake pedal. Option B. When the engine RPM is down close to idle. Option C. Before you begin to brake. The correct answer is B. When the engine RPM is down close to idle. Utilizing engine braking helps slow the truck, so the clutch is only disengaged at the last moment to prevent stalling. Question 20. What must you do before using the parking brakes if they are very hot from just coming down a steep grade? Option A. Spray them down with water immediately. Option B. Let the hot brakes cool. Option C. Drive at high speeds to air cool them. The correct answer is B. Let the hot brakes cool. Parking immediately after a heavy braking descent requires chocking the wheels so the expanded drums can shrink naturally without warping. Question 21. This question has a catch. Think twice. How are spring brakes primarily held back during normal driving? Option A. By mechanical force. Option B. By air pressure. Option C. By a heavy-duty return spring. The correct answer is B. By air pressure. As you drive down the highway, compressed air physically holds back the powerful springs to keep the brakes disengaged. Question 22. Where are the yellow ABS malfunction lamps located on commercial trailers? Option A. Inside the tractor cab dashboard. Option B. Next to the glad hands. Option C. On the left side, either on the front or rear corner. The correct answer is C. On the left side, either on the front or rear corner. Conducting a walk-around inspection requires looking at the driver's side corners of the trailer to check the ABS light. Question 23. Because compressed air can eventually leak away, what provides the constant holding force for the parking brakes? Option A. Hydraulic fluid pressure. Option B. Electronic locking calipers. Option C. Powerful springs. The correct answer is C. Powerful springs. Parking a heavy combination on a grade relies entirely on massive mechanical springs, unaffected by air leaks overnight. Question 24. Focus up. This is a complex scenario. If your vehicle is equipped with older automatic front wheel limiting valves, what triggers them to supply full air to the front brakes? Option A. When the brakes are put on very hard, 60 psi or more application pressure. Option B. When the vehicle exceeds 45 miles per hour. Option C. When the driver flips the slippery switch. The correct answer is A. When the brakes are put on very hard, 60 psi or more application pressure. During routine stops, these older valves restrict steer axle braking, but they open fully during a panic stop over 60 psi. Question 25. Focus up. This is a complex scenario. What is the primary goal if somebody suddenly pulls out in front of you and you must stop? Option A. Brake in a way that keeps the vehicle in a straight line and allows you to turn. Option B. Lock the brakes to stop in the shortest distance. Option C. Swerve immediately into the next lane. The correct answer is A. Brake in a way that keeps the vehicle in a straight line and allows you to turn. Maintaining lateral stability is crucial during sudden stops to avoid rolling over or jackknifing the rig. That's the end of this practice test. Did you answer at least 80% of the questions correctly to pass? Let's move on to the next one. Question 26. If an air compressor is lubricated by the engine oil, when should you check its oil supply? Option A. Every time you fill the fuel tank. Option B. It doesn't have its own oil supply to check separately. Option C. Only during an annual inspection. The correct answer is B. It doesn't have its own oil supply to check separately. Because it shares fluids with the engine block, ensuring the engine oil dipstick reads full means the compressor is also protected. Question 27. Keep your focus strong for this tough question. Why must you let hot brakes cool down completely before applying the parking brakes? Option A. They will drain the air tanks if hot. Option B. If used while very hot, they can be damaged by the heat. Option C. The ABS light will come on. The correct answer is B. If used while very hot, they can be damaged by the heat. Clamping the shoes tightly against severely overheated drums can permanently warp or crack the metal as it cools. Question 28. Which of the following is the most common type of foundation brake? Option A. Wedge brake. Option B. S-cam drum brake. Option C. Disc brake. The correct answer is B. S-cam drum brake. When inspecting wheels on most commercial vehicles, you will typically find S-cam drum brakes installed. Question 29. Don't let this trick question catch you off guard. If only the tractor has ABS, what should you do if the trailer begins to swing out during braking? Option A. Apply the trailer hand valve hard. Option B. Let up on the brakes if you can safely do so. Option C. Accelerate rapidly. The correct answer is B. Let up on the brakes if you can safely do so. Releasing the service brakes allows the skidding trailer wheels to regain rolling traction and straighten out the combination. Question 30. What is the maximum acceptable air leakage rate for a single vehicle after applying 90 psi or more with the brake pedal? Option A. Less than 3 psi in 1 minute. Option B. Less than 4 psi in 1 minute. Option C. Less than 2 psi in 1 minute. The correct answer is A. Less than 3 psi in 1 minute. Holding firm pressure on the foot pedal of a straight truck should result in an air loss of less than 3 psi over 60 seconds. Question 31. To safely control a vehicle on a downgrade, what must every brake do? Option A. It must be connected to an ABS sensor. Option B. It must be cooled by an external fan. Option C. It must do its share of the work. The correct answer is C. It must do its share of the work. Proper adjustment ensures all axles share the heavy thermal load of braking, preventing any single wheel from overheating and fading. Question 32. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. While you may or may not stop faster with ABS, what is the primary advantage it provides during hard braking? Option A. You should be able to steer around an obstacle and avoid skids caused by overbraking. Option B. It physically applies more friction to the brake drums. Option C. It automatically shifts the transmission into neutral. The correct answer is B. It physically applies more friction to the brake drums. By pulsing the brakes faster than humanly possible, the computer ensures the tires keep rolling so you can maneuver out of danger. Question 33. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. In the controlled braking method, what should you do if the wheels lock or you need to make a larger steering adjustment? Option A. Hold the brake pedal all the way down. Option B. Release the brakes and reapply as soon as you can. Option C. Apply the emergency parking brake. The correct answer is B. Release the brakes and reapply as soon as you can. Lifting off the treadle valve momentarily frees up the tires to regain traction, allowing you to successfully swerve around an obstacle. Question 34. What should you use to hold the vehicle if you cannot use the parking brakes due to them being very hot? Option A. The transmission in neutral. Option B. The emergency relay valve. Option C. Wheel chocks. The correct answer is C. Wheel chocks. To prevent damage to overheated components, you must physically block the tires while letting the brakes cool down. Question 35. What part of an air brake system connects to the engine through gears or a V-belt? Option A. The air governor. Option B. The slack adjuster. Option C. The air compressor. The correct answer is C. The air compressor. The engine provides the rotational power necessary to drive the compressor so it can build system pressure. Question 36. If you always drive a straight truck with working ABS on all axles, how can you brake in an emergency situation? Option A. You must pump the brakes. Option B. You can fully apply the brakes. Option C. You should use the parking brake. The correct answer is B. You can fully apply the brakes. Advanced anti-lock systems prevent wheel lockup, allowing drivers of fully equipped straight trucks to stomp the pedal safely. Question 37. Beware of the hidden trick in this next question. How do you safely test the holding power of the parking brake before a trip? Option A. Coast down a hill and pull the yellow knob. Option B. Gently pull against it in a low gear. Option C. Rev the engine to maximum RPM in neutral. The correct answer is B. Gently pull against it in a low gear. Selecting a starting gear and applying light throttle against the set parking brake verifies it can hold the vehicle's weight. Question 38. This is a hard question. Listen to all the options. During a final air brake check, what must you do before testing the low pressure warning signal? Option A. Release the parking brakes. Option B. Drain all the air tanks. Option C. Shut the engine off with enough air pressure so the signal is not on. The correct answer is C. Shut the engine off with enough air pressure so the signal is not on. You cannot properly observe the alarm trigger point unless the system is pressurized and the engine noise is silenced. Question 39. Which braking system uses parts of the service and parking brake systems to stop the vehicle in a failure? Option A. The emergency brake system. Option B. The anti-lock braking system. Option C. The foundation brake system. The correct answer is A. The emergency brake system. In the event of catastrophic air loss, the emergency system engages existing hardware to safely halt the truck. Question 40. This is a tricky one. Listen to all choices carefully. If your ABS malfunction lamp stays on after the bulb check, what does it signify? Option A. The entire braking system has failed and you cannot stop. Option B. You may have lost ABS control at one or more wheels. Option C. The air compressor has stopped working. The correct answer is B. You may have lost ABS control at one or more wheels. A continuous yellow light on the dash warns the driver that the computerized skid prevention system requires maintenance. Question 41. Get ready. This one requires your full focus. Why is pressing and releasing the brake pedal unnecessarily dangerous? Option A. It causes the ABS system to recalibrate incorrectly. Option B. It can let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Option C. It forces the brake drums to shrink. The correct answer is B. It can let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Fanning the brakes while sitting in traffic actively bleeds out the storage tanks, putting you at risk of an emergency brake lockup. Question 42. Watch out. This is a known trap question. What device clamps the disc or rotor in an air-operated disc brake, acting similar to a large C-clamp? Option A. The power screw and the caliper. Option B. The return spring assembly. Option C. The brake lining pads of a caliper. The correct answer is C. The brake lining pads of a caliper. Unlike traditional drum brakes, disc systems use a caliper mechanism to pinch the spinning rotor between high-friction pads. Question 43. Don't let this trick question catch you off guard. Under what condition can brakes get out of adjustment very quickly? Option A. When driving bobtail. Option B. Especially when they are hot. Option C. When idling for long periods. The correct answer is B. Especially when they are hot. The thermal expansion from heavy mountain braking alters the clearances between shoes and drums, ruining adjustment settings. Question 44. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. How can you determine if an older towed unit is equipped with ABS if it lacks a visible malfunction lamp? Option A. Check the trailer's registration papers. Option B. Look under the vehicle for the ECU and wheel speed sensor wires. Option C. Test the brakes on a slippery surface. The correct answer is B. Look under the vehicle for the ECU and wheel speed sensor wires. Inspecting the axle hardware directly reveals the presence of anti-lock electronic control units and sensor cabling. Question 45. What is the primary purpose of the parking brake system? Option A. To apply and release the parking brakes using the parking brake control. Option B. To stop the vehicle in a brake system failure. Option C. To hold the vehicle at a stoplight during normal driving. The correct answer is A. To apply and release the parking brakes using the parking brake control. Drivers use this dedicated system daily to secure the commercial vehicle safely in place when unattended. Question 46. Pay close attention to the options, it's a trap. Why is it crucial to use gloves when checking the slack adjusters during a walk-around inspection? Option A. To protect your hands while pulling hard on each slack adjuster. Option B. To prevent grease from interfering with the ABS sensors. Option C. To ground yourself against static electrical discharge. The correct answer is A. To protect your hands while pulling hard on each slack adjuster. Vigorously yanking on the dirty, heavy metal pushrod assembly during a pre-trip can easily cut or crush bare hands. Question 47. What component clamps the disc or rotor in an air-operated disc brake system? Option A. The S-cam. Option B. The power screw. Option C. The wedge. The correct answer is B. The power screw. Instead of spreading shoes, disc systems use a power screw mechanism to squeeze brake pads against a spinning rotor. Question 48. Don't let the wording trick you on this one. If the air compressor has its own oil supply, when is the correct time to check the oil level? Option A. Before driving. Option B. While the engine is idling. Option C. After a long descent. The correct answer is A. Before driving. Checking fluid levels before hitting the road ensures the compressor won't seize up from lack of lubrication during the trip. Question 49. Attention driver. This question is known to be difficult. What is the proper braking technique on a long, steep downgrade after selecting a safe low gear? Option A. Apply brakes to reduce speed 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release for about 3 seconds. Option B. Hold steady pressure on the brake pedal all the way down. Option C. Fan the brakes constantly. The correct answer is A. Apply brakes to reduce speed 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release for about 3 seconds. Once in the correct gear, snubbing the brakes periodically allows them to cool while managing descent speed. Question 50. At what air pressure range will tractor and straight truck spring brakes fully come on? Option A. 20 to 45 psi. Option B. 60 to 80 psi. Option C. 100 to 125 psi. The correct answer is A. 20 to 45 psi. If a severe leak drains your system, the mechanical spring brakes will automatically deploy when pressure falls to 20 to 45 psi. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your CDL exam.